Well, thank you, Paula and Michelle, for inviting me here, and to FABS for funding this, and also to the audience for your openness to hearing psychological perspectives on this important topic. Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge the generous funding of the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council of Canada for funding this work, and also the important contributions of my grad student, Kyle Nash, and collaborators at the University of Toronto, Dr. Michael Inslicht and Jacob Hirsch. Well, there's two general views about how we should best respond to terrorists and ideological extremists of various sorts. One view is a strong-arm view that strong reactions that send a threatening, don't mess with us response would be best, and that's intuitively compelling to many of us. But another more cautious view suggests that maybe such threatening reactions might inadvertently provoke even more of the terror and the extremes that they were designed to deter. Well, this second view is depicted in this comic from The Economist, showing bin Laden and cronies gloating over the supposed stimulation of new recruits after the U.S. intervention in Iraq. Well, this is a political football that gets kicked back and forth, these two views on how to respond. And in this talk, I'll try to move beyond that and bring behavioral and brain science to bear on this important question. Now, the research that I'm going to present to you today is grounded in 40 years of prior research on how animal and human brains react when their goals are threatened. When our goals are threatened, the same part of the brain in humans, as in mice, cats, and dogs, reacts with a very predictable uh-oh response that we're going to get into more later in the talk. And a series of predictable reactions occur. And they're well illustrated by this scenario here. This hungry mouse wants to forage for food. But upon smelling the cat, this specific part of the brain elicits an uh-oh, oh no response, resulting in an anxious approach avoidance conflict. It wants to approach the food, but it wants to avoid the possible cat. And so when this kind of goal conflict happens for humans and animals, a very predictable thing happens. We continue to engage in this case for the mouse, foraging for food, but we do so with frequent vigilant rearing up scanning behaviors. And these help us scan for danger and also help us scan for viable alternatives beyond, in this case, the smell of the cat.